Hi everybody. Welcome to Lasha's Take. A lot to unwrap, but I need to wrap it up, and this needs to be done in 8 minutes. So you've reached an 8-minute video, and I just want to run down some facts and share some facts in reference to the Charlie Kirk assassination. And in my prior video this morning, I would definitely watch that video prior to this video just to catch up. My theory has nothing to do with Candace Owens or Coach Colin. I found everything that they're saying makes exact sense. What I believe happened is on the other video, and it's under the playlist Opinion Pieces about Candace Owens. Now, I don't know, if you look at some of my shorts, I would start with the popular ones first because I don't make a lot of quote videos. Lives and shorts are my sort of go-to. So I just wanted to run by the timeline of Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk's relationship. So they met in New York, and I also want to say, before I continue and proceed, and in the most obtuse manner possible, stay on track. My question about Candace Owens, and the one question that I have for her, is this. When was the last time you spoke to your friend Charlie on the phone? She has shown text messages. She's done an excellent job with Ian Carroll, with the plane situation, the Egyptian planes which fly to Israel and to the States and so on. So let's just stick first with Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk's relationship. I'm very curious to find out what their relationship was like and who isn't. And what I have found so fascinating about this Charlie Kirk assassination and so on is I didn't know who he was. I was watching Joe Rogan and Charlie Sheen, and during the interview, Joe Rogan stopped and shared, that he had been shot and they were waiting to find out what had happened and what the truth was, etc., etc. So I remember clearly September the 10th. It's just so 9/10, 9/11. It's terrible. But the relationship, I was just going to say, Erica Kirk lived in New York. Charlie Kirk and her met in New York, and they were living in New York. And I've caught her in either little white lies or miscommunications, or I read it the wrong way. You all be the judge. When I conduct lives, they're completely impromptu and I riff them, and I'm not a great guitar player. However, I'm doing my best. Fact one, Erica Kirk lied to Charlie Kirk in reference to her prior dating. She told Charlie prior to going out and throughout the beginning of the relationship is that she had not dated anybody at all in New York, when in fact in 2014 she's on a reality TV show, and she has a boyfriend and he's a model, and she's wearing a pair of black pants, holding his hand, and they look like the same pants that she wore at the Freedom Leadership Award. And I think the way she dressed was completely inappropriate. Why would she be on stage with Charlie Kirk with a frilly little dress on? And she kind of does look a little bit like the actress that played Serena Joy Waterford in The Handmaid's Tale. And didn't Serena Waterford write a book in reference to feminism and the family, and then turned into Gilead? So it makes me laugh when the so-called right wing are calling people on the left wing radical, and people on the left are calling the right radical. Whatever happened to some normalcy? Well, I don't think there's anything new under the sun. I just believe because of technology today, more things are exposed than in the past. And why would she lie to Charlie about the fact that she had dated? Why hide that? Well, because she's narcissistic. I mean, she's clearly a narcissist. She wanted to present herself to Charlie as this virginal, pure, and she was able to carry out that role for 7 years. But now it's almost an about face. Prior to meeting Charlie, she was an actress and a model. She knew Donald Trump. Donald Trump lied when he talked about Charlie Kirk. He said, right in a speech, and I made a short in reference to this, and nobody caught on to it. I couldn't even believe it. And then I realized nobody caught on to it because it's normalized now. Donald Trump said that, I didn't know who Erica was, and Charlie told me. Charlie said, you've got to meet Erica Fresen, or whatever her maiden name is. And he said, Mr. Trump, she's so beautiful and she's so smart. And Donald Trump said, I have never met Erica before. And Donald Trump said, and if she's beautiful and smart, it's hard to get those two together, to find a beautiful woman who's really smart. It doesn't happen very often, but occasionally it does. Well, first of all, he knew Erica because he owned the Miss Universe pageants. I can guarantee you that Erica Kirk's been in the same room with Jeffrey Epstein. So she lied about that. She miscommunicated the fact that her and Charlie went to Israel twice. Well, those are two different stories that she's told. One story was that they were in Israel at the same time, and the second time, they didn't know each other, but they found out that they were in the same line in Israel at the same time. And she turned around and thought, who's that? And, ended up being Charlie. And then she said that her and Charlie went to Israel twice, which they went once. And this whole thing, a lot of it has to do with Israel. I don't understand the as far as the politics are concerned, Charlie was not against Israel or the people of any country, as far as I know. It was about the money given to Israel from the US, and he turned down donors that had connections with Netanyahu. At any rate, that's all I'll say for now, but there's more. And I just can't believe, Megyn Kelly is the mainstream media mama. She took Maureen Callahan under her wing, and look at where Maureen is. Megyn Kelly has so many connections with mainstream media and YouTube. In my opinion, she really over exaggerates and goes for the controversy and because I remember once she was talking about Meghan Markle, and she started to work herself up and she got very angry, and then she threw her pencil across the room. It was clearly planned and staged, and I just find it fascinating. She's trying to stay right in the middle because she's friends with Tucker Carlson. Candace and Tucker are connected. I mean, every world and every society, there's even YouTube societies now, cult personalities, as it were. So, I just say, when I listen to things, and if you look at how many channels I watched last year, 572. And so everybody's really getting nasty with each other, and television will soon be faded out. YouTube will be the next thing, and there will be monopolies on YouTube, just as there are on television and real estate and banks and etc., etc., etc. Yes, so yes, why would Erica Kirk lie about such trivial little things? It just doesn't make sense. And I always say, if something feels off, stay off it. And I've just sat back and I've listened. I've done my own research, my own thinking, and the most obvious answer, yeah. At any rate, I conduct my lives generally with my eyes closed. So thank you so much if you popped by. And hello there, Trail Funk. Hello, Funk Pop. Hi, Funk. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope all of you have a really great day, and take care of yourselves.